Yeah, the lemur said, not again, not me, not this time. Hey guys, it's your girl Alicia, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're here with another reaction to Devil May Cry. We're on season 2, episode 6, which is called, episode 5, sorry, which is called Garden of Deadly Sins. We're getting biblical up in here. We are talking a lot about heaven and hell lately, so it makes sense. But yeah, last episode we had a battle with the brothers and Lady against Arius. They were basically trying to get a hold of at least one of these artifacts to keep him from being able to do the ritual on the eclipse, which will effectively release Argisax, who is the OG devil, I guess, and he's going to just ruin everything if he comes to power. So that battle was all right, but it was definitely not one that looks like they were going to win. But thankfully, we see that because Virgil, it was Virgil and actually sent Lady and Dante away from the fight area, we see that Dante actually did a little bait and switch and switched out one of the artifacts without anyone noticing. So now he's got that artifact and he is now nowhere near the place where everything else was. So bottom line is, it wasn't a real plan, but it did work. But unfortunately, it looks like Virgil may have been captured in some way by Arius, and obviously he still needs the blood of Arius and Dante to finish what they need to do. So point is, at least right now, the whole ritual's on pause until they get that final artifact back. So we'll have to see what's going on. My guess is that we're going to go to Dante and Lady, because they now have to figure out either how to get to Virgil or what to do with the artifact in the meantime and make sure that they're not found and caught. So I'm ready to jump in. Let's do that. Just before I do, a reminder to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, and that you can also catch this reaction without any cuts on my Patreon. All right, that out of the way. Let's get into the episode right now. That's kind of my dream. I would love to have a room with tropical plants.
You're Professor Lucan?
Why is that shocking?
And that behind you is Rama.
I just knew this guy was going to be black. Why is it they only play rap music when black characters are on?
I didn't mean to.
The white-haired tiger.
Beautiful. I know this voice actor.
Is it the cat of whom I speak?
Enzo's like, I don't do metaphors. But yes, Dante, white-haired tiger, both blue-eyed. I see what you did there. I see it.
Sorcery?
You mean like magic?
Is this not,
Never trusted magicians.
the dude from Westworld?
But in a universe where all things are merely energy.
Very true.
So you're what? Some kind of wizard or something?
Yes, he's a wizard, Harry.
The statues you see here, they are from Makai, the demon realm.
Oh, he's a collector.
Magic as you know it does not exist.
A lemur.
Most sought to use them to dominate. The equation of demons with evil is only our ignorance.
What'd the lemur do?
There is no innate cruelty in demonic power.
Really? Interesting. The fact that he's using it to grow and a tree, how poetic, as I said, biblical references, but
And we are all part of the same light as everything else.
But again, the idea that Makai was not always a hellscape, that's what I'm getting from this.
Neat trick with the monkey.
Is it?
You do know we charge.
Right, he's like, can we get paid? You're weirding me out.
Blocked off from what you could become by this false cynical shell. In the vain hope it might balance the scale of what you lost.
Damn, he saw right into your
Know about
soul.
What I lost.
I think he knows a lot, clearly.
When you begin to live for more than just yourself, I can show you this path. If you'll allow me.
Yes, Sensei,
I know a scam when I hear one.
says the scammer.
I'd rather know someone's using me and get paid.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he's like, okay. Really, Dante? That man literally read your entire...
Just as stubborn as your father.
You knew you could have dropped that before he left. But I get it. You probably wanted him to actually want to learn without that incentive. Dante, that man read your whole life and you thought walking away was the right thing to do? Like, no questions?
What the fuck was that?
That's what I've been asking since
were the
last
one who-
episode.
I know.
Is that how all private military soldiers celebrate their victories?
Maybe.
Maybe there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
The fight will be over before we're on the road.
that part.
For all we know, he finished kicking Arius's ass already. He kicked yours, didn't he?
Only because I mostly let him.
You did, but He's better than he used to be.
Virgil said even Mundus couldn't do that. Unless you know someone more powerful than the King of Hell.
As a matter of fact.
I saw him mind control a monkey in the jungle that grows inside his mansion.
Don't look at him
What
like
the
that. You know it's
hell
possible.
are you talking about?
You know it's possible.
I don't know which of us this makes more delusional, but I trust you.
There's no delusion at this point. Dante may be chaotic, but he's not a dumb. Like he's not dumb. He's not a liar. Oh, how wake up! Welcome.
Sorry about your truck.
No, you should be thanking him.
Must be hitchhiking, huh? I can tell by the outfit.
The way you said that
Two
creeped me
young
out.
Punk rockers in love.
Punk rockers? Who says that anymore?
Your company's insurance cover those too?
Right? Like, just pretend they were. Oh my God! Control it, girl. Control it.
Jesus. There actually is a jungle.
Again, I don't know why you doubt him. Dante's not a liar. He's never lied. Probably should sometimes, but he never does. Leave her! Where's the tiger? There's the tiger. Be nice to the tiger. It's friendly.
It's not often we have a lady visit in the middle of the night.
Well,
Oh,
maybe
he
that's
said I'm
because
not a
there's
hoe.
fucking tiger loose in your house.
Well, it's his house. You're not supposed to be here.
It's good to see you again, son of Sparta.
He always knew who you
knew
were.
who I was the whole time.
He read your whole life for.
It would have saved a lot of trouble.
Yeah, wouldn't?
There is a difference between learning who you are and becoming it.
Good point.
He can't help us.
Okay, bye.
Your own father wore two different faces.
Yeah, he sees people's lives, ma'am. He's about to read your whole life.
The Arcana Medaglia. Where did you get this?
Long story.
If this is here, then Arius himself won't be far behind.
Nope. Oh, can you track them? Let them locks flow in the breeze. Yeah, the lemur said, not again. Not me. Not this time. Ooh, many points. Always gonna throw him off the scent. I like it. Decoys.
If Arius has all four Arcana, when tomorrow's hybrid eclipse begins, he will restore the
He
God
knows
of Chaos.
everything, bro. Why are you not on the payroll?
Then I won't get to do it myself.
Okay, that's the
A man
point.
driven by vengeance swings his sword in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
imagining all he hits is his desired enemy. Argosex requires fuel, the life force of other beings. Millions would perish.
How do you know all this?
Didn't he tell he knows things?
There stood vast ancient cities, home to humans and demons alike.
Ew.
The god of chaos arose.
And ate all that ish immediately.
If he were to return, their fate would be ours.
Not the baby demons.
As if I removed this piece from existence before then.
I told you so.
He is right once in a while. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I can draw enough energy to unmake the Medaglia. With time,
How much time?
given
Exactly.
its complexity, 8 hours.
What?
Matilda,
Cute. Hello, Maddie.
pop superstar and fashion designer.
You're the first to know.
And you are not going to be an actress. For all the hatred and fear of demons, actors have been a far worse scourge on this realm.
Not him clocking himself.
Play? What we're doing is not play.
It is for her.
Millions of lives are at stake.
She's like, I can't comprehend any of that.
I am all the family she has left. Now, leave me to...
Coin. How much is it worth?
That's your granddaughter, all right. Her and Dante are besties already, I can tell. That's Uncle Dante now. I think we're about to lose this wizard, though. I don't like it. 8 hours is too freaking long.
Make sure I am not disturbed until it is complete.
Right? Like, how many options do y'all have? I want to know more about this guy. Can we have a spin-off series just about what he's been doing? How did he get these powers? Why is he so powerful? Why is he just hanging out by himself? Where did he get this money? How old is he? Him and Arius besties? He intrigues me.
What do we do for 8 hours?
I'm sure you could think of a few things, girl. She was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? I think you need to get back in touch with your inner child, actually, lady. So this will be good for you. Maybe you'll become less this. That's what I thought. You need that. That was probably only like 45 minutes. That whole thing was probably 45 minutes.
Virgil again.
Oh, it's his brother.
He's a tyrant. Keeps an entire realm enslaved. How could Virgil?
That was
Work
who
for
raised
him.
him.
And they fucked with your head until it only turns where they want it to. Still no excuse.
I guess we just
Relax. No, vigilant.
I've seen you be relaxed during a literal
Is he
apocalypse.
relaxed though? Or is he just present?
I know you think I don't take anything seriously.
Here it comes.
That I don't care.
No. I know. That's why you can't let yourself be serious because of what you might feel.
Oh,
I do feel
introspection.
I move on. I have to. Isn't that what strength is?
Not for me.
But being present is helpful.
That's the only thing that stops you from giving up.
In her case, yes.
What else is there?
Y'all really gonna defile this man's house when you should be standing vigilant? He's trying to protect the whole world, and y'all want to get busy.
That of an old man unaware he has been made obsolete.
Look at the mess you brought out. Please just don't the baby girl. And where's Dante right now? Getting busy. What did he actually ask you guys to do? Yeah, he gave you one freaking job. Nothing. Yeah, slap his ass away. You out here getting busy when you're supposed to be keeping guard. If this tiger dies, it's on you, Dante. Like, this man has to be unmaking this damn regalia and protecting himself at the same time. Because y'all, I'm pissed. And y'all know I'm not even for this ship to begin with. But timing, I feel like you're not gonna. And that's what's gonna get Dad, that's what's gonna get her grandpa killed. I'm already calling it.
Maddie, run! Maddie!
Yeah, Rowdy's traumatized.
I need you to keep this safe for me, okay? Now go. Hide.
He's so good with kids.
Only an hour. Won't even get in my cardio.
Calm down, Dante. Do not get cocky. That would be, these guys are just distractions. Arius has got a mission.
Dante, I don't believe my father told you how.
I don't care. To be perfectly honest, no one cares about you, Ho. Literally no one.
Demon and human.
Grats.
We can do everything that you can.
But you're not a child of Argus, so no, you can't. Okay. Finally, I'm like, you should have been using those to begin with. Slide. There we go. Home base.
We stay between them and that door. If you happen to feel like turning into a demon right now,
I think Dante's got a very much weight on that.
I can't control it. It's not something I can just do on
Well,
command.
you should learn. Your brother did. This is your fault, Dante.
This is exciting.
Go jerk it somewhere else, pal. Yeah, you run out. Remember, those are magazines. That's gotta hurt. She don't heal up quick, neither. But I feel like at the end of this season, she gonna be taking some demon blood. You know what you gotta do, Dante. You're not getting out of this in human form. What was that? You can do everything he can? Anyways, that's the son of Sparta right there. Yeah, he just can't control it, but y'all have some discount demon blood. This shit's from the source. He's got about 15 more seconds in this form.
next time you're going demon.
I
from
don't
the
think you
start.
can maintain it, sweetie. That's the problem.
No!
Dante, focus, bro. It's the world or her. Really, lady? You took on an army of demons by yourself at the end of last season, and now you're letting one hoe get you fucked up? That's crazy. Well, let's hope you got res powers.
No, Dante! Don't leave the building!
I'm so frustrated, but you know what?
And rip it from your chest!
Well, that's very demonic of you.
All emotion, no calculation.
That's why you and your brother should work together. Your brother's calculation.
A riveting show, young Sparta.
Maddie!
Yep, I knew that little girl was going to be the problem. And there goes the form. Disappointing to say the least, but unsurprising.
Bring me the medaglia. In exchange for your granddaughter's life.
Who's gonna die anyways when Argisax comes back? But again, I'm not gonna put that on him because I would choose my family first too.
Let her go.
First, the medaglia.
No. He gonna kill her anyway, you know that, right? Unfortunately, but I get him trying. You're just mad because your daddy didn't love you, so you had to take away somebody else who loved someone.
Grandpa!
Just in a place where it may prove hard to stay that way.
All this for nothing. I feel sorry for the professor. You should have just left his ass alone. He would have had a chance to save him and his granddaughter. He probably had a way to escape Argisax, and now you just got him killed. For Nani, that's the part that pissed me off. All that for some Nani that could have waited. All that for some Nani that could have waited, Dante. Your girl dead anyway. But anyway. All right, guys. Well, that was a thoroughly frustrating episode. Yeah, I mean, we found out there was this professor for all the good that it did, because yes, he was clearly somebody who understood the balance, like he said, between Makai and the earth. And, you know, he said from a purely scientific standpoint, the energy in Makai was no different than what we have on earth, and that it wasn't all evil, that the whole heaven and hell thing was definitely a spin on belief system. And that in the end, he's like, what the people of Makai can do isn't necessarily for destruction. It can be used for that, and clearly it has been used for that, but that's not its sole purpose. It could be used for good if harnessed properly. And I really feel like all of that was just to talk about for Dante. You know, he's been very much fighting this other half of himself because he associates his demon side and the Makai side of him with evil, with bad. That's what took his mom and brother until he found out otherwise. That's what took them from him. His dad was never there because he was from Makai. Like, everything about Makai in Dante's world has been tainted by it's hell, it's evil, you know, it's bad. And therefore, for Dante, he couldn't even reconcile it with himself because he hated that side of himself. And that's why in the flashback, we heard the professor say to him, I could teach you that you don't have to use your powers for evil, that they're not all evil, despite what people may think. And then once you do that, you can become in harmony with yourself and be more powerful. But while you're in conflict, while that inner conflict is happening, you'll never reach your true potential. So that was kind of what he was trying to tell Dante all those years ago, but Dante wasn't like ready to hear it. And obviously having Enzo, who, you know, his heart was somewhat in the right place, but also he didn't want to lose Dante as one of his best people, right? So, you know, he wasn't ready to really accept it then. And I love when he came back that he said to Dante, because Dante's like, if you knew who I was the whole time, why didn't you tell me that back then? And he said, you weren't ready. He's like, telling you who you are versus you becoming who you are two different things, right? So yeah, it's sad because I think that would have been perfect. If Dante had been willing to be more open to his demon side back then and learn from this professor, I think he would have been an unstoppable force by now. But unfortunately, you know, that's life, right? We all got to take our own paths. And many times you realize as you get older that, you know, there's decisions and things you could have done in your past that you should have done better, but you just didn't have the ability to see it at that time for various reasons. But anyway, the moral of this extraordinarily frustrating story this episode is that none of this would have happened if Dante had long ago reconciled that being the son of Sparta doesn't have to be a bad thing. Being a part of Makai is not a bad thing. Makai isn't necessarily a bad place, but there have been some bad people or bad entities that have shifted things and made things very destructive. And that's kind of where the bad rep came from. And, you know, that's kind of even like when he was saying to Lady that, like, when she's like, oh, you're still thinking about him. And he's like, I just don't understand why he could work for Mundus. And I like that Lady finally said from her own experience, she's like, when you have somebody who comes into your life and manipulates something about your life in such a way that before you know it, you're doing what they want. But in your mind, you think that they're helping you. Like, it takes a long time to recognize and separate those two things. And that's what happened with her, right? This season, Lady finally realized that, you know, what's his name? The vice president doesn't care about her really. He just used her as a tool and used her pain and her hatred of demons to manipulate her into thinking she was doing the right thing until it was too late. And now for Virgil, he has to be able to separate the feelings of abandonment he felt from his mom, from Dante, his feelings of injustice of what he went through in his first years of Mackay, and Mundus coming in as that savior who took those insecurities and took those abandonment issues and twisted them into this thing that made him think that, you know, working for him was the only way to get rid of that pain. Like it's going to be a while, or it's going to take something for Virgil to recognize that Mundus is a manipulator, and that Mundus, while he didn't do all things evil, and I guess you could say he did in fact help Virgil in some ways. He taught him how to control his demon side and to use his powers, but it was not out of benevolence, right? Like there's still like a person that is a manipulator here. So anyways, the point is, now that he's actually away from Mundus for the first time since he was a child, now that he's finally, you know, around Dante, he might finally start to get enough of a lens, you know, like the distance from that world, he might finally get a little bit perspective and be able to see that, oh, okay, maybe some of what Dante's saying is correct, or maybe I don't know Mundus as well as I thought I did, right? But it's hard to do that when you're in the thick of it all, is my point. So we don't know though, because wherever that purple light thing is, apparently, I don't know if it's a dimension or what it is, but that's where Virgil is. Now that little girl's been sent there, my guess is that that's where they're going to meet up, wherever that place is that Arius is talking about. And yeah, maybe between the two of them, they'll figure it out. I do think that maybe Virgil would benefit from being around a young person who doesn't have all of the scars and the cynicism that the adults around him have, you know, because I think he has such a low opinion of humans right now, even though he's half human. But seeing this little girl, when he gets to her, she's probably going to be fresh from her grief over her grandfather, and that's going to be something he's going to be able to relate to. So I feel like that's going to be maybe the first start of the crack in Virgil's hard shell that he's got going on. But yeah, other than that, not much else to say about the episode. Like I said, that whole fight was just unnecessarily bad. I mean, I feel like they were going to lose regardless, because Arius just has more resources, quite frankly. But as soon as I saw the little girl, I'm like, yep, we're screwed. I know she's gonna end up being the pawn that makes the professor crack, and that's exactly what happened. You know, once again, you know, showing that love is not a logical thing, right? The logical thing for the professor to do would have been to destroy the relic. Yes, sacrificing his granddaughter. That is the logical, you know, sacrifice the one for the many move, but that's not the way love works. It's not a decision most of us would make. He didn't want to have to live in a world where his granddaughter wasn't there. So yeah, I think he pretty much knew that was not going to be a straight exchange, but he couldn't risk it. He had to at least try to save her. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Again, I fully blame Dante and Lady. Like, y'all really couldn't keep it in your pants for just a few more hours. You had 2 hours to keep it in your pants. Y'all could have even just stood there jerking it, waiting in the meantime, at least kept your eyes vigilant, because all he needed was a few more minutes. If you could have just been on, but no, y'all had to get dressed and get your pants on, and you were all out of sorts because you were too busy, distracted with things that didn't matter at the time. And now look what happened. Lady dead anyway. But anyways, I doubt she's dead. I feel like they're like, didn't I say halfway through? I'm like, something about this is telling me that Lady gonna end up with demon blood in her somehow. And the fact that we also had the clone girl talking about how she was made like we gave a damn, I don't feel like that was just a throwaway thing. We'll have to see though. But yeah, it was a good episode, albeit frustrating. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching along. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.